Let's understand the facts about the const through examples. So let me declare the one file, program file for the const. I'm giving the name, declare const. Here in this file, I'm going to define one function. That function name we can give just simply declare test. We can give a call to this function declare test. I need to test whether const is the block scope or global scope. So just I declare one const, and after that I'm trying to access that outside that scope. Let me compile this file. Let me save this file and compile and run. While running, it is giving me reference error. I declare a property const c and I assign that. I'm trying to access that property outside that scope. Basically, it is giving me reference error because const doesn't support, because const is the block scope. Outside the scope, it is not accessible. I'm trying to access outside the scope, that's why this error is coming. For example, if we trying to access in same scope and save this file, try to rerun it, that time we are able to access the value which we assign to that particular variable. This is the example of block scope. Now we'll explain whether const is support the hosting or not. So same way, we'll declare one more function, or simply I'll declare one value here, that const, wherever we declare, there we need to initialize as well. So I'm declaring the value. Before initialization and declaration of the const properties, I'm just trying to access this property. Let's see at the runtime how program behave. I declared an initialize and line number 9 in this statement. I'm trying to access before that. I just save this and try to rerun this file. It is giving me error, cannot access the value before initialization, because before declaration and initialization I'm trying to access the const value. That's why it is giving me this error, because const doesn't support the hosting. This is the another facts which this is the another facts which I would like to explain through example to you guys. Here I can put the comment and I can give the hosting related examples. Now we'll we'll do about the now we will do about the assignment related. Okay, so const value cannot be reassigned, cannot be changed. That is the fact about the const value. So for example, I have done the const name like test well, and in another statement I'm trying to change the value of name test well 2, and same value in next statement I'm trying to print that. In that case, let's see how program behave at the runtime. Assignment to the constant variable, it's giving the error related to assignment because const initialize and declare at the same line. After that, in whole program, it can never change. That's a fact about the const. So if we trying to change the value, if we try to change the const value, in that case, such kind of error we will get it. Another fact about the const is it must be initialized. Wherever it is declared, it must be initialized. In case you are declaring, then it will give me syntax error before declaring. If I'm trying to declare any test variable using const, then I have to initialize. It give me syntax error like const declaration must be initialized. Another fact is about the const is as I define the const in object form, and first name I gave the test and last name I'm giving the user. Name dot first, if you access and you try to change that, let's see how program behave at the runtime after changing the value. So as I said, it does the immutable binding, not values. While declaring through const, these are the key and value. You can change the values as I'm able to change the value while accessing the properties inside the object. Same way it behave an array also. If you have an array object that is having side properties, later point of time, you can This array is a const. However, while runtime, you can this array is the const. However, after initialization and declaration, you can change the item which is inserted inside the array. As you are able to see, I'm able to print the updated array after inserted the item. So with the const, other facts also there, like it's a safe to use with the function, it's accept the modern way initialization. The same facts we already discussed with the let keyword in same video. Now we'll discuss about the where. Where is the global scope variable? It is also having some facts that will understand through example. I'm just declaring one file, declaration, and here the facts about the where, it is the global scope. So wherever you declare any property like that, we can that is accessible all over the application. You can change it any time, any functional scope or any block scope, that property can get changed. It can create the issue as well while at the runtime, because same property can change in any scope, that can cause or that can create the another assignment issue at the runtime. It is support the hosting while declaring the properties using where. Before initialization, you can able to access that property in your program. So host, it support the hosting. This property is declared and later point of time it can change also. Here we can read it. Let's see how program behave at the runtime. Let's see while running the program how it behave. Okay, you can change that property later as well. Redeclaration is allowed in case of where. A redeclaration is allowed. I assign the another value to the where, and I just trying to print that value over the console. Let's check after running to the program. So test3 updated value get prints. In case of where there is a no block scope, so if any block scope you are trying to declare this where, then you are not able to declare as a block scope that you are able to access that outside the that scope as well. So ideally it is not a block scope, it's a global scope. In case you are using the where, there are some drawbacks in the program also. So as we discussed just before this example, no block scope and hosting can cause the unexpected issue. Okay, and then redeclaration is allowed, so any of the scope, that property might get changed. Attachment to the global object, and if you are returning any asynchronous code, that time it might create some issue. So those are the drawbacks with the where. in this session we explore about the how you can declare variables in program, what are the different way. Beginning of the video I discussed what are the interview question you can face throughout your interview. So let's have discuss what type of interview questions can come. Interviewer might ask you the difference between where, let, and const, like how it's like while defining how you choose which one is the appropriate for your program. So he might ask you difference between them. Hmm? Then scope, about the scope he can ask. He can ask about the hosting. Like interviewer can ask about the hosting, and in which case you can face the temporal dead zone. What are the costs in case of temporal dead zone? In earlier version of JavaScript, we frequently use where, but now it discourages to use where. So what could be that reason? What is variable shadowing? What are the variables which you can redeclare while after assignment? All such kind of question you can face throughout the interview. If you require these interview questions, please drop a comment below. I would happy to share those in case you enjoyed or it's this video is helpful to you to understand about the variables concept in JavaScript, then please do like and subscribe this channel for upcoming video. Till that time, stay tuned.